even if you win, you get basically nothing. Like, I feel like why not just throw the value item onto complexity for that 1 in 100 chance or whatever it might be that they take the series.
Throw that one common in there. Why not, right?
You get
if
like,
you win,
what is it? Like
2 Lambos, I think.
30.
If you win.
Yeah, let's
like
get
that.
a Lamborghini and a Bugatti. Both gold and diamond encrusted and plated, you know?
Well,
for good measure.
We'll see. So game number 1 underway here in a matchup between the Evil Geniuses taking on Complexity. I'll lead off introduction for your boys in blue as they are moving together as a 5-man hit squad, anticipating that Complexity are going to be looking to move into this jungle, which they are, though. They actually come in through the side door here. Do you even know what's going on here? They do. They see a conga line of Complexity moving up and above to the north. Do they want to fight this, though? Maybe not comfortable with their level 1. Certainly not against an
Not against the big zombie man.
Yeah, so they're like,
you better be amazing at level 1 to fight this fella.
Maybe if they had the uphill advantage from the other side, but not that way.
Yeah, the Decay and the Tombstone, I mean, both of those spells are exceptional at level 1, so... With that, they may even go aggressive jungle here. Looks like already PPD trying to secure something. Although we see AUI still sitting mid, he's going to make his way down. Perhaps blocks the mid lane first to set up Sumail, who looks like will be going to grab himself a bounty run. He gets one off the bat, so too does the Lina.
All right, 1-1 apiece here. It looks like maybe Ritsu is going to be playing the mid lane Lina for Complexity. Your newest stand-in here, going to be thrown in against Sumail in the mid lane. This is a nice little tough test for him and maybe a chance for him to really make a name for himself. We'll see if he can do it here, as he does go toe-to-toe with Sumail on his TA. Up and above in the top, though, they're going to be rolling with a solo safe lane Universe Nyx Assassin. He goes head-to-head with Z-Freak on the Undying, side-by-side with Swindle on the Queen of Pain. And just to scope out our bottom lane situation, Aoi, who's currently doing a bit of a D-ward here on his Chen. Nearby, PPD getting a bit aggressive with Squee on the line, and that will finally leave Fear on the Troll as he goes head-to-head with Ziz.
Yeah, Squee, not dead, but that boots first Rubik just doing all kinds of work to him early on. And with that, they secure the enemy jungle, so nice job with the wards, but doesn't really matter. We're still going to find our creeps in your woods, and now this is almost better. They can really threaten to pressure the mid lane. They can look to pressure bottom. They're running the troll bottom, so he's a hero that can get aggressive if needs be. And their man top is the off-laner in the next, or at least normally the off-laner, so even if he dies, it's the least important hero to have a good start on, and I think EG just did a great job scouting out the lanes, making the standard adjustments, and they'll be in good shape from here. It's going to be Complexity we need to adjust. They don't want to be laning this way, and although they'll rotate, they're going to be the team that's late to do it, so it'll cost them a bit.
Very nice audible call from EG to kind of change things up a bit. And as you said, we'll have to see if Complexity look to respond by changing up the lanes themselves, or they just kind of tough it out. But it looks like it is going to be a change-up. Z-Freak already on the adventure all the way towards this bottom lane to help out there, so it's going to leave Swindle to go toe-to-toe with Universe all alone. Universe will be already at a bit of an advantage considering he had to start in a solo lane. He already has a bit of an XP boost for himself. But there's a pounce early from Ziz onto Fear, who's going to dish out the Whirling Axes, gets that blind, follows up with the Hex here, taking advantage of what time they got while the support is gone. They bring him down pretty damn low, and he's going to have to start chewing through those tangos. Meanwhile, the 2-minute rune did pop up, and it looked like PPD was able to snag it right in front of Z-Freak as he turns the corner to head back to lane.
He's going to rotate around. He hits level 2. Meanwhile, your AUI Chen doing some pulls top lane. Interesting. He's waiting, I guess, for that one camp to be dewarded. He missed on one of his dewards with his first sentry, I believe. Yeah, did not find the other sentry blocking the big camp. Fortunately for him, the big camp only blocked by a sentry ward, so it will despawn fairly soon. But he is being slowed down a bit by this, as the lanes will settle. Duel on try. There's some kill potential here with the zombie, but with the boots first on PPD, it's unlikely he's going to die. It seems like Fear wants to make his way to the side shop. He's going to eat through the trees just to get his own boots. Poor man shield, actually. No boots.
Just a poor man shield. Nice. All right, so he's going to expect to eat a little bit of damage probably coming out from this aggro setup right here against him. And with
why is the TP scroll? They only have the Lion for disable, so normally you initiate with the Hex and then the Impale, in which case he'll be able to easily just TP out. But I think given the lane setup, this will be a very useful item if he ever gets into danger.
Meanwhile, it looked like they had the Cyclone there in the mid lane coming out from a nearby bird, so Aoi definitely keeping the Selena in check as well, even though he's doing work here at the top lane. He's assisting Sumail there. Z-Freak suddenly at the top lane again. As people continue changing it up.
And now Universe is going bottom. They're just going to continue to rotate the lanes endlessly.
All right, so does change things up once more.
You know, they see the tri-lane bottom, like, okay, we don't want our troll lane against the tri-lane in the 2v3, so we're going to go ahead and just bring them top. Now, Universe comes bottom, but already the Undying's up there, and basically they just don't want fear lane against the Undying. It seems like that's the main hero that's a real pain in the rear for them. But in spite of that, all the crazy lane switches happening, in our mid lane, Sumail off to a hot start here. 20 and 14. The Lina only 14 and 2. Starting to fall behind a bit. They will make a go in Universe, but he's tanky with the boots first. The 4 armor, not an easy kill. They do get the leap, though. Slight chance it's your first blood. Gets the 1 hero impale. I don't think they have enough damage. They'll try, but they just can't get the job done.
Very close, but Universe will be able to step away.
Wasted Swindle going mid.
Oh, and nicely from behind here. Sumail could be in trouble. Has the refraction already up. There's going to be the Shadow Strike to lead it off. Slows him down a bit, but it's real tough to even break through that shell. And it looks like Swindle's now knows that he's not going to be able to get much out of it, so he heads himself right back towards that top lane.
Sumail doesn't even flinch. He just goes right back to farming. Now, Swindle going to find AUI. He's got another Shadow Strike. You're roaming Queen of Pain. Has the Scream of Pain. Might be able to get a kill, but also has to be worried about the potential turn from a Test of Fate. Even the old man, Fear, going to get involved. Now there's the trap. Could be your first blood for EG. It is.
Oh, man.
The troll trap just catches him off guard, and down he goes.
Nice quick lockdown comes out, and they're going to be able to take the tombstone. That's an additional 100 gold there in the pocket for what looks like Chen.
You know, they ward the jungle to slow down the Chen. All of a sudden, 1,400 gold in the bank.
Yeah, wow. He's going to be going
Radiant's
right for the neck. Pretty
attack.
typical from what we see, like your secret team and EG. Get that early neck going, then they can look to start taking down some tier 1s. That opens up opportunities to make an early move into Roche, and it's just kind of steady as she goes from there. It's more pressure on Complexity to try to catch EG off guard and make something happen, though. Otherwise, they're just going to get to fall through with their clean-cut game plan here.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways for them to take the game. They can snowball it, like you were pointing out, with going for the Roche early, taking all the outer towers with the Troll Chen, and just looking to close them out early. But should things falter a bit in the mid-game, they have a great late game to fall back on. A TA, or rather a Troll plus another hero that has heavy physical damage. That's already a good combo. And then the Nyx to set things up around the map. A pretty strong support duo with the Rubik, the Chen. A lot of good spells for the Rubik in particular to steal. And I think given that, they've got a nice mix here of early and late game, but EG, obviously, ideal for them if they can just close Complexity out quickly, not allow them to come online with the Slark. And speaking of that Slark, he is farming reasonably well, Ziz, on the bottom lane. Just needs that level 6, though, to get some regen. He's run out of all his precious supplies. Doesn't have anything left right now to heal him back up.
Lina did have to pull back to the fountain here after getting bullied from Sumail, so Sumail just pretty much well in control of this mid lane get up.
He's just dominating now.
Yeah.
18 deny edge and a 10 last hit edge.
Yeah.
That is disgusting.
Oh, they make a go on to Squee here, led in with the stun from Universe, follow-up telekinesis, fade bolt slap, Hex is there, and his own return stun. Very low. Universe wants to commit the dive, but then the TP comes. Nice pounce. Does catch from Ziz. Now the tombstone going to be dropped. Universe could be in trouble here. Turns back onto Ziz. Pops out the Carapace. Fade road. Not quite enough. And now Universe is going to be in trouble. And I don't think he's getting away. He's not. He goes down. Z-Freak gets the kill there. And PPD is able to walk away before those zombies can catch up.
No, they're going to be able to kill up Ziz a bit here. It's a big commitment by Complexity just to get that one kill, but it does give them a nice bonus experience boost. Kind of an injection here. 500 for them. Still, though, I'm just looking at this mid lane, man. Sumail is he's just styling on Ritsu right now with a disgusting advantage in denies NCS. You add him up, and he's up by 36 last hits in total.
So does he just have to sit here and take it as it is? Now that he has his level 6, he could look to go on the prowl, but now Sumail looking to commit a dive. There's 2 traps to pop, very slow. Turn back stuns there, but the damage is just too strong, and Sumail continues to show his dominance here in the mid lane. Now taking down the Lina. She is going to need some help.
Yeah, once you give up that one kill, you just got no shot at that point. Sumail already a haste turn picked up. If he wants to go for the super early blink, he could. It wouldn't even be a bad Midas game, to be honest, just because they can secure Roche early, so he has that extra life to work with, and Speaking of which, hasted TA, dive in the mid lane, gets off that initial meld strike, and now the chase is going to be on the Z Freak. Following through, a couple more auto attacks, does get fogged a little bit. And, well, space created. Now bottom lane. Ziz forced to use his ultimate to retreat as EG make a go on him. Forces out the double TP, and now Sumail wants to go back in. If he can juke a single stun, he might even be able to get a double kill here. He's going to play it safe and just back off for now.
Meanwhile, Swindle kind of toying with Aoi here a bit, trying to take back a bit of farm for himself or something. Just knows that Aoi's kind of doing as he pleases in the jungle, doesn't want him to feel too comfortable about it, but really he can't offer a whole lot to really stop him. Plus that means he steps away from Fear, who continues to farm up on his troll. Just behind Sumail, he's got his phase boots now complete and really not much there to really threaten him a bit, so... We'll have eyes towards bottom lane. Ziz, who's trying to be the one to bring back the game here for complexity. And as the game does progress, he's not feeling too comfortable getting the CS game. He knows that PPD is always nearby. They do have this nice ward to check it on the side, but PPD's been doing pretty good kind of hiding in the trees.
Mask of Madness TA. All right, that's something I did not expect. They have some ways to deal with refraction this game. They have the soul rip, which I believe instantly removes it as well if you've got a couple of creeps there, as well as the dark pack. So Shadow Strike as well to a lesser extent. It does take a while to really tick in, but it's I wouldn't say it's like an ideal TA game. It's a decent one though, and Sumail just playing the hyper aggro build. With this, you can run down a Queen of Pain even after the blink if you get the jump on her. Now an invis room. Just a game where this TA could easily snowball out of control.
Yeah, I'm sure he's planning on it here. Mask of Madness seems to be like, I'm feeling pretty good about this game, and I know that I'm going to be able to shed a lot of blood here very soon, very quick. You put that on top of the Troll Warlord ultimate, and the right clicks will fly. But Squeeze here now, he's trying to at least get that finger online, then they can maybe go on a bit of an expedition to get a gank underway, but Complexity's plans are put on hold here, which is not good because the advantage seems to be with EG through and through. Make a go, yeah, on to Ziz here. Let in. Vendetta still online and ready to go, but Swindle makes him move forward. Does pop the dust. Maybe Universe not expecting that one here, but he does have to step away. Nice pounce connection from Ziz. The Hand of God will be forced to come out, but here comes trouble in the form of Sumail, and he easily cleans out the two of them and makes it a double. Quick rotation from him. He profits big time.
EG just manhandling Complexity, and you know, even when it was 1-2, they were already up by 3,000 gold, 2,500 experience, and this is after their Chen getting warded off in his jungle. AUI didn't have the most efficient start, but you wouldn't know it now. Level 7, believe that's a completed mech coming out. Indeed it is. And this is before they take towers, before they go for Roche. This is looking like if EG play their cards right, it could be a very quick game number 1.
We'll see here. Their level 6s are clearly all online. Even PPD has a spell steal for now, has Shadow Strike, and Universe obviously with his Vendetta. Maybe they look to go on a bit of an expedition. They might even just be able to do an early Roche here with Sumail and with the Chen. That looks to be the case. He just goes right in for it. We'll have to see if they have an idea as far as what's happening here. They scout out and see that Ziz is nearby.
Even if they know what's happening, can they really contest this?
No, they can't.
Look at that army with a troll ultimate going off. Like, there's just no way.
DD, why not?
Your big team fight ability is the Tombstone, and again, that's the win of the dying pick. If you're against TA troll, the Tombstone's just going to get destroyed in team fights. It was a pretty risky pick, I think, because of that. Normally, even if Undying doesn't dominate super early, you get to the mid game, you just drop the stone and can turn the fight, but I think at this point, EG can just shred it. You drop that Tombstone, great, free gold. And they're just going to begin pushing now Dakota. Systematically, I imagine, looking to take towers off the map and box in this Complexity squad.
It looks like they start with the mid lane here. Z-Freak just drops down the Tombstone, and EG go fine, we walk away.
PPD top, though, finger comes out, he stole a scream, and he's going to pay for it.
Universe here now, TP's in Vendetta, he goes on the chase for Squee here. Squee's got no mana. He does have a wand to pop, but he needs to, spend his gold and pray he can get away. Oh, and that's not happening. Vendetta strikes, so is the stun. He goes down, and Sumail gets the kill. Now dominating 4-0-0 on your TA. He didn't have to use his DD for that one, and if he wants to get a Blink Dagger, he's about to have it. In Universe, 1,500 gold built up on his Nyx Assassin. He can go for a Blink Dagger himself soon.
They're in great shape now, and they did drop the Tombstone earlier, trying to hold the mid lane, but I think if EG won, they could just group up as 4 or 5 and look for a push. Sumail, like you said, Blink Dagger online. This is the item where you can start finding easy pickoffs. If he's able to jump the Undying, the TA, or not the TA, the Lina, or maybe the Lion. I don't know if he can kill them alone, but with a +1 to lock them down, that's a very straightforward kill. And while he's busy looking for kills, Fear will be pushing in the top lane. He's going to apply some pressure here to the tower. They can't really punish him. They're just not really threatening anywhere.
Yeah, they don't really know exactly where Owie is. If he is in this top lane, they're probably going to look to make a push happen here. We'll wait it out, at least for now. They have 3 Complexity members here ready to defend, though. Drop down the sentry preemptively, just in case there's a lingering Universe Nyx assassin, but...
And meanwhile, mid, Sumail just destroying the tower with that DD rune.
Yeah.
That's a lot of damage done, and once this tower falls, EG can get some good aggressive wards up. The map is really going to open up for them. They have their Lina Yules, and I feel this is the item that they have to make plays happen with. They need to set up some kills around the map. For now, we're just not seeing it, though. Sumail, they take this tower right away. There's the stun coming out from the Lina rotation, and from the Lion, they're going to break through the refraction. They might get the first down finger. Not there, but actually the Laguna, the one that comes out.
All right.
One of the zappers. You know,
that's
it's always a taser available.
A fair bounty picked up, that 4-0 bounty.
1,800 experience win. That's a big one. Now top lane. The Tombstone's been dropped. Chen Army here. This is fine, though, it seems like. Complexity unable to get anything done with that. And the tower denied mid, so they at least get the tower denied. They get the Sumail kill. That's about as good as it gets.
Thing is that Chen, he has to be careful with this Tombstone. Chen is so good against it. Just put your army on it and it just immediately goes down. Not too much trouble. He keeps it pretty defensively, but he's not going to have it here for at least another 30 seconds if EG wants to continue pushing here. But you're right, it is a nice step in the right direction for them to bring down Sumail. And all that meanwhile, Ziz, who continues to farm as best he can here on the Slark in the bottom lane, still pretty low as far as the net worth goes, but he does have a Midas to try to help out that net worth and just continue to build up from there.
Midas on the Slark, it's not all over by any means, but it does feel like if EG win one fight because they have the Troll TA and the Chen, they're taking a big tower off of that. Maybe even the tier 2 mid. They've already brought the tier 1 top down to about half HP. This game is still within Complexity's grasp, but one bad fight and it will just quickly collapse into chaos for them. So they got to make sure to be ready to TP. Don't give up any free towers, as Sumail is once again on the hunt. Has an Invisor and has the Mask of Madness blink ready to go. He's going to drop a trap, gets eyes on Z-Freak. We'll slow him down.
He's going to commit for it. Insta-Hex is there from the squee. Fear, meanwhile, moves in. This is focused on the Tombstone, which will be brought down. Easy gold for him. Complexity will be able to make it away with their lives, but not with this
You can
tower.
almost hear PPD saying, don't you dare dive that tier 2. Just take the tower.
Radiant structures
Sumail to blink ready. Maybe would have thought about jumping the Lion, but gonna play it safe here. We'll take the tier 2 top and mid lane Universe trying to set up on the Lina. Has the Yule Scepter, is building towards the Shadow Blade. We've seen this build more from Luna's recently, but looks like it might not even save him. And he's gonna get the kill solo.
Yeah.
Big takedown there.
Sumail is kind of there just in case, but doesn't even need it. Meanwhile, top lane, they continue to push. The Chen army in full force. They're trying to slow it down. Even had to have Ziz come over and get involved. Uses the Dark Pact, and that's enough to force EG to at least step back for the meantime. Doesn't look like they're going to fully retreat here because looking from behind, there's a jump into the Sumail. It could be caught, squeezed very low. Going to get the heal. They managed to take down Universe. Sumail could be in trouble, but now dusted. Tombstone drop. Finger blasted. They get them down.
That's too aggressive. Dives from Sumail, and now the zombies hunting AUI a little bit. They're going to send back PPD. They might lose AUI here as well. Leap forward. Zombies still chasing, man. This is a rabid pack of beasts. He'll pop the mech and try to turn with the creeps, but it's AUI who falls as well. And while that was happening, the Nyx also went down. I didn't even see him die in the middle.
Oh, Fear could go as well. Bottom lane, Lina. Gonna get it one more auto attack. Not enough. Down to 30 life. Did
he hit the blind on her? He actually missed. Oh, this is the Dragon Slave too. Oh, Ritsu. That would have been a gigantic swing. It still is, though. They get the 3 kills. And a lot of EG's momentum sapped off of that one over-aggressive overextension. Big fight there. And, could have been a lot bigger with that +1 kill on the troll. But the blind working its magic, he did miss that last auto attack.
Maybe just, I don't want to see a lack of respect for complexity, but when you make very aggressive plays like that, I assume that they're not anticipating complexity being able to turn it back around, but they show that they can, and you might need to watch your step. Or you're going to stub your toe. So complexity able to even things up 6-6 for now, but no surprise it is EG that have the firm grasp on the advantage, being able to take down the early Roche, plus they've been able to move through with some towers here. The top tier 1, mid tier 1, bottom tier 1 could be next up on the list here. Universe and PBD are here at least for now, as they look to maybe scout things out in the meantime.
Radiant's bottom tower
It's just
is under attack.
complexity to kind of find a bit more of that, though, if they want to get this game back to square in.
I've seen Fear top lane. They've got a lane ward. Do they want to try and bait him in onto Ziz and then set something up? It seems like if there's smoke right behind him, but the old man is eyeing the mini-map closely. He only sees a single hero, that Lina mid, so playing very defensively. They even are bringing in more heroes. The Rubik coming top, PPD, along with AUI. They want to smoke up together. PPD will use his, but already the dive on the Fear to slow him down. They've got no finger, though. Pino comes out, tries the man fight as well. That ain't gonna happen. They hex Sumail, goes for the TP out. It looks like he should make it too. Squeal barely surviving. Close call. Everybody retreating. Complexity. Did they even lose a hero? Nick's gonna try to chase with his ultimate. I think he gets swindled here with the stun. No, just misses. He's got another blink out. Complexity plays more and more.
Lina. Lina's coming in. Nice LSA, immediate recruiter goes on to Universe, though. Not enough to bring him down. The mech is going to be there from Aoi. In 10 seconds, he'll have Hand of God. So they can't fire back with some more takedowns, but hey, that's another promise there.
If you really look at it, they're not really leading, aside from the towers. When you take the towers into account, it's basically a dead even game here. They're up by 3. I think one of them got denied mid. Yeah, the one that Sumail was going for much earlier, so gotta be careful about their movements here. One bad fight, and if Complexity take towers and get some kills, that they could well be leading the game.
So they might make another go on to Fear here. Still has the finger, and by that kind of body language, he has to know something is up. But now they send him help. Sumail is there. Drop down the sentry just in case. Just timid play from both sides.
The big item that's coming out soon is Sumail's BKB, though. When he gets a BKB on TA, how the Complexity really deal with that? Maybe an instant hex, but if they don't get the instant hex off, they can't stop him from popping this BKB, and it also allows him to deal with that Lina Yules into stun combo. You just spam your BKB as you're coming back down to earth, and you can go pretty aggressively in these fights. So I think EG at this point wait for the next Roshan, which is coming fairly soon, and then just get your BKB on the TA, take the Aegis, and just look to take towers as a unit. Don't go off on your own and get picked off. Try to reel it in here, moving towards the mid game.
PBD maybe trying to fish their mid lane, hopes to get in the blink there from Queen of Pain. Solid grab for your Rubik before he can even get a blink dagger to set things up for his squad, but for now they kind of stand and wait. And keep their eye on mid. Swindle looks pretty tasty here. He has the blink set up, but he's playing pretty cautiously, and there's going to be a cut forward. Wicks, not going to be there. So couldn't quite get the stun lined up. Swindle's able to blink back and away, and EG will not be able to get their pick.
This starts painting out... he actually starts pinning out the hill, thinking that there's a hill ward, because they had vision of him from the side trap, so he lost his dark pact, or not his dark pact, the shadow dance bonus move speed, but it actually is not warded right now. They're going to get some sentries, just the trap. Well, Shui will get rid of it one way or the other.
I got it. Don't worry about it. Move there. Sees the camp is not blocked.
I don't know about that. They're going double Shadow Blade here. Slark, kind of a standard item on him. The Lina, we've seen it on her before. Who was running it the other day? Someone in the European division. And I think it's a decent item on both heroes situationally, but when EG 5-man you, these double Shadow Blades are not going to help you defend the tower. And now that Sumail's BKB, you really wish your Lina was closing in on an Egg Scepter to help you just deal with that spell immunity and try to burst them down. So this could be a very dangerous window for call, where they don't have Ags on the Lina, they don't really have much farm on Swindle's Queen of Pain, and there's just no one who can take a battle trance TA and a head-on fight. Now, looking to set up on Ziz. He's going to get nervous and back off, and they'll try to split push here. But EG going for a tier 2. And Complexity just now taking a tier 1.
Here it comes. They're well in control. That roach came up and then it went down. Properly thereafter. Not much after. Same goes for this tower. And they're going to keep moving on in as long as Complexity thinks they can make a trade at top to go for a tier 2.
I think they saw the double Shadow Blade and they're just like, you know what, we can just go high ground now.
Yeah.
And I think they're right about that. Complexity can stop this.
They better do something. Lift will come. TP's to get back and defend. He eats a little bit of damage. Doesn't stop AG though. Jumping quickly and immediately. Now Lena could be in trouble. There's going to fall up some from the Nyx. Leading a lot. Shadow Blade slips away. Sumail's BKB could end while Ziz getting caught up in arms with the back lines. Very low. Forced to use the Shadow Dance to walk away. Sumail ends up going down. Lion had to buy back for this.
They're going to look to turn it here. And fails. Coming down on 2. Trying to match. Fear takes the Laguna Blade. Still has the Aegis though. You don't want to overcommit on that troll. And now Queen of Pain down. Make it a 2-for-1. Buyback on the TAs. They look to turn it. They manage to stun PPD. Just barely clipping him with Ritsu. Now Zizzy leaping away. EG have overextended. They're going to lose their Nyx. The Chen as well. Everybody on the way out. Fear hangs onto the Aegis. And Sumail is told to get the hell out because there's nobody left to join for the push. It ends up being a big swing in gold here for Complexity. Although I think they actually, they double bought back. The Lion did buy back earlier. It counted it on 2 of the team fight recaps. For some reason, there was 2 in that fight. But yeah, in the end, they come out on top of gold and experience. They don't even lose the tier 3. And if you're EG, you still have Aegis, so they might be able to summon another push. But you know, this is what I meant with the gold lead, Dakota. It was somewhat of a false lead with all the tower gold. They're going to lose at least 1 tower off of that fight.
Here comes Complexity now down the mid lane. Glyph does pop. Fear is waiting here. Maybe for an opportunity to move forward. Still has that Aegis, slows them down. Does not deter Complexity from finishing it off. Big snag. It's just going to be the screen there.
Really wanted I think he really wanted the blink there, but great hold by Complexity. Hanging tough here at the big boys, and you know, still EG in the lead. Still, I imagine if you're EG, you've fought against more established teams and from bigger deficits and come out on top. So I doubt that they're worried, but you know, this is a team that has some pretty, I wouldn't say emotional players, but they've got some pretty strong personalities. It could get under their skin that they weren't able to easily close out call after the good start. So now, looking at the overall game plan, if you're Complexity, I think you look to split push as much as possible, dodge fights with the Slark and the Lina, the double Shadow Blade wielders, get your Lina Ags, which, by the way, she was one of the big winners last fight. It's coming very soon. And then you have a solution to Sumail, potentially, even with this BKB. They could get him now mid. Oh, the stun almost connecting.
Not happening there.
There is a hand. Actually, there was no Hand of God. If they caught him there, I think they get that kill. Close call.
Sumail, though, still happy to hang around. Now that he has his haste room, feels pretty comfortable. They smoke just nearby.
Did they get spotted by this ward? If they weren't spotted, their heroes were seen in the neighborhood, so...
Might have been a little too close to that mid lane. So they turn the corner. They go right back towards the bottom where they once started. Fear to finish it off. It has to be near expiration, it feels like. But he's still content on the...
He's got about a minute here, which is just enough, I think. They're going to try to push it. This time the tower's down. Trying desperately to nuke down the creep wave. Fear continuing to pound into it. And he's going to go, let's see, onto the melee rack, stays in range for him. Aegis still has some time left. Sumail's going to work on that melee as well, and they're either going to commit or they're going to lose something. Ziz looking for the side swipe, but PPD's ready with the central pop bolt coming out, not doing much. Now the tombstone deployed. They bring the old man low. They blow the Laguna on his Aegis, though. And now with BKB, Sumail goes in on the squeal. Stun misses wildly, but it doesn't matter because Sumail gets the kill anyway. Now chasing onto Ziz. One big leap up to the high ground. They'll let him live. In fact, the tombstone again driving them back. They did not get Rax here. They lose 2 for 1, and do they stick around? They might want to go back in, but I don't really think they got the firepower for this, Dakota. Sizz is coming, though. I don't think he knows the Nyx is here. He's going to Midas the Chen creep. They're still creeping forward like they want to go on Z-Freak, but now they're kind of pincered in between him and Sizz. They're going to find Z-Freak. They blow him up with the Mana Burn, and now the Slark to leap away, make it a 2 for 2, but now they've waited up the Aegis. They hang on to their racks, and they should have that Lina Aghanim Scepter now. Indeed, they do. All of a sudden, that TA BKB, not nearly as scary. They're hanging tough.
They really are. It was unfortunate that Complexity had to dish out all of their huge burst ultimates just to take down Fear's first life. but they still had just enough in the tank to help out with a good solid follow-up there. They ended up having a better trade.
Over in the dire jungle, Zizzy able to find a solo kill in here. AUI, so Dark Peck's up. That Nick's done. They're bringing in the reinforcements. Shadowblade Lina coming in hot, has the Laguna Blade. Can easily find this kill if they bait out the Slark, but instead, see a PPD, got him. Easy zap, EG. Starting to lose all their momentum. They're crumbling, Dakota.
This is the kind of momentum a team like Complexity love to have. They're looking at this like, okay, we're doing it. We're holding strong. This is not nearly the stomp that people were anticipating here, and we might just be able to kind of take this one right back. Evil Geniuses maybe get
and
a
this
bit
is and this is why, like, you look at those earlier fights where Sumail was playing hyper aggro. There were a few times where he was off on his own. They were able to punish it. Those kills are really big. If he doesn't give up those kills, I think instead of a 7.5K gold lead or 6K, whatever it was, you're looking at like 10 to 12, and you know, potentially all they need to break the base. But just a few misplays here and there. Complexity able to punish it, and I gotta say, the big thing that's really been frustrating has been this tombstone. Z-Freak he drops it so far back. Last time it was like over here, and the first push was back there. The other push was over here, and both times back in the Radiant base, it was just too far away to muscle it down.
So solid positioning here for Z-Freak, a player who usually has been playing the support position for quite a while in Complexity, and recently had been shifted over to kind of a position 3. He's been playing a lot of Axe and Nice and Dying. A lot of potential from him, and it's working here for now. So let's see if it's going to be enough, though. For LD, EG got a troll, so they got that at least, right? I mean,
to be fair, they got the hero that won every game in the Secret vs Asus Polar matchup. I don't think it's like even if Complexity's leading, of course, it's no guarantee they win this game, but they are trying to push this advantage that they've started to accrue. Well, not advantage, but this comeback they've started to put together. You're gonna look to push it more. They smoke up now. The one issue for them is that when they go for smokes, they're normally fairly obvious because EG have good aggressive wards.
Don't grab that.
They see nothing now, and they're hoping to walk into the pit, get a ward down here. This is an important ward for a Roche clash, but the smoke's about to end. No vision here. They might breach high ground in time. Sumail up first. His smoke's going to break. Z-Freak, the man in front. Tombstone in the middle of EG. That's not ideal. The Laguna wasted on Sumail's refraction. Now the BKB comes in, and the chase is on from EG. They found an opportunity here to pick up some kills. Shadowblade Lina looks to run, can't get out. They'll bring him down, and meanwhile Squee heading to the side, but Universe tracking down your Lion as well. Mana Burn drops him low, doesn't finish the job, has a blink available. He can make it out, but if this Roche respawns soon, then it's just going to be a freebie for EG. Ends up being a Lina and a Tombstone in exchange for nothing. Well, I guess they popped the EG smoke, so that's an even smoke trade, but with no Roche ready yet, EG just going to barrel down the mid lane. It should be a tier 2 for them as well.
EG did not have vision of that area, but they did have a trap by that bottom engaged room, which was snagged up while Complexity was smoked. So if they did see that, it could have got them a bit curious. They seem to be very close towards their secret shop, and there at a moment's notice when Complexity were spotted. So chalk it up to what you want at that point, but it is Evil Geniuses who seem to come out with the big upper hand, and that is also unfortunate that big initial burst was just only used on the refraction and been tossed aside. So
yeah, speaking of that TA, now an AC coming. So not a particularly common item on TA. The more common items are like your Desolator. We see quite a bit of, not with Mask of Madness obviously, but as a separate orb effect. I think the other really big item is the Daedalus, but this is the best item to break the base. Now you have the Troll Ultimate, the minus armor from the AC, the plus armor for your team. AUI is getting close to an Ags. We haven't really talked much about his Chen in a while, but should he complete the Ags, they get that ancient Granite Golem, which is currently just waiting to be consumed here by the Chen. Then their push levels up substantially, so EG looking for a fresh injection with the Sages, with Calamities, and as well as a cheese. Rush number 3 going their way. This is it's new wind in their sails. Now they have another opportunity to push in, and still I feel Complexity not the best base defense lineup. They really have to outplay EG here, and it's going to be tougher this time.
Yeah, they're currently up in arms here in the EG woods, just taking away that bit of farm, maybe hoping that they could find a pick there, but it was Evil Geniuses doing the roast. Now heading back towards this mid lane here, and I agree with you. They're going to have to find a way to kind of be one step ahead of Evil Geniuses. Had been doing it. They set it up initially with those smoke plays and going very aggressive deep into EG territory to scout out something like a lonesome Chen, but
they only have 2 buybacks, though, something to keep in mind
Dire's
on.
top
And the
tower
Lion,
is
one of those
under
heroes that dies easily, but brings a lot to the table, is not
Radiant's bottom
here with the
barracks are
buyback. Glyph ready.
Radiant structures
We're going to
are
need to pop it soon.
fortified.
Sumail just hanging back.
Dire's top tower
here
is
does
under
hold the
attack.
ultimate.
Still does get dropped here, so if EG want, they can just wait out the tombstone and then look to go in. They may just wait for this next creep wave and then make their big push.
Yeah, they even
Tombstone about half duration, could wait one more wave and not have to deal with it, but let's see if they want to do that.
looks like that is a good case there.
The king comes out.
As well.
Fear says, as soon as this wave gets here, that's where we go. The tombstone will be off cooldown in the middle of the fight, but it won't be ready for the beginning of the clash. And that might be all the time EG need, especially with that glyph already down. Very patient decision making here. They may have had some scrappy fights on the side of complexity, but EG not tilting, just making the safe, smart calls here. And well, here comes the big fight. 10 seconds, no tombstone.
Here they go. They ascend the stairs. Exposed racks seem easy pickings here for Fear. Starts going away. Lays out the ultimate. The first rack's near fall. And there's his. Jumps in. Gets caught with the net. Fear wants to make it go on to Swindle. Doesn't catch him. Goes back towards the racks. Will be able to finish off the one. Big stun. Catches 2. And Squeeze will go down. No buyback for him. Out
And
for
the
a full
Lagoon
minute.
again, wasting all the action. Not ideal here for Ritsu. And now the teammate double guard. Sumail pops the cheese, hangs on. Slark comes roaring in, brings him low with the lead, but can't finish the job as the Shadow Blade can't even use it. That micro by AUI doesn't even need the second stun. They get 3 kills, no buybacks. They will manage to crack this complexity base, and they may even get a second lane of racks. The age is still preserved. Looks like they'll send Fear back. They've gotten what they came for. Well, the tombstone usage coupled with the glyph being popped just gives them a little window, and that's all they needed, Dakota, to take their first lane of Rex. Man, they had to work for it, though.
Yeah. Drops to PPD, gets a good steal there, taking the Hex, and that was enough to force Ziz in a bit of a sticky situation, and they just got right in there and got it done. Only 1 Rax does go down, but it is the melee one, and that's more than enough for EG right now.
And the big worry is, I mean, for me at least, if I'm looking at how Complexity turned this, is now they got to deal with the Eggs, Chen. And he's still got that Granite Golem just waiting from the Ancients. I'm sure at this point he scouted it. They left it there intentionally. And once he gets that plus HP, the push just gets so much easier for the team.
It's pretty ridiculous. I would not be surprised at the end of this game, win or lose, Complexity consider a good respect ban on the Chen.
Yeah, the Chen Troll as a duo is just dirty.
Then,
because you have strong lanes, you've got good push, and if the Chen gets an Ags, he has some access in the late game. You can take Roche super easily. And it also just, EG is a great Chen player in AUI. A lot of teams don't, so
yeah.
I think, yeah, given that, maybe you consider Chen ban, or even just take it for yourself. I'm at this point, you know, I haven't gotten to watch too much Call with their new roster, and, you know, now they're changing players day by day, so I'm not sure if they have a great Chen player on their team, but if they're not going to take it, they may have to adjust their expectations here. Here comes the smoke, though, from EG. 1 kill. Could be another lane of Rex here. Only the Quap with a buyback. This is going to be tough.
Universe leading out the front here. They're going to look to come in from behind. Ritsu, closest one here, shows himself back in lane. Universe is going to see it. He better find a way to get out.
See you later, Ritsu.
My God, can't even get the Shadow Blade. A Yule's nothing off. He goes down just as quick as he spotted.
Ancient Granite Golem online. Now your mighty Chen at almost 1600 health. Take the top tier 2, I think, and then you just go push that lane. Maybe even rotate mid.
It's like a tiny.
Look, Ma, I built myself a tiny.
It's just ridiculous. And
He's
there's
slow.
Not much you can do to stop
He's a little bit stupider, but he's a buff off.
Here we go, looking to breach high ground now in the mid lane here. Fear
Dire's
still with
top
Aegis.
tower is under
And
attack.
Eagle Song now. As he starts sieging away from the low ground even, does not matter. Jumping in with a nice stun. Immediate burst. Swindle goes down. And he's forced to buy back because this looks to be the beginning of the end if they can't stop it. EG just doing in and out, it looks like. They get the melee racks and they
wait out
pull
the
away.
tombstone. That's the call here by EG. The last time we lost a fight was the last time we tried to fight into this tombstone. Yeah, we could probably kill it, but just play it safe, man. No need to risk anything, so They'll wait one more wave. Well, as soon as that tombstone drops. I mean, maybe they don't. Maybe they just go in, but that would be the safe play. And if they go in, it's going to be a very cautious push onto the high ground. No headlong chasing. They get the Hex on Fear. Squee going in. So to a Swindle. Laguna coming out. And the first kill on the Rubik to start the fight. As Ziz tries to engage with Hunter's ultimate. Who does he actually kill during this time? Oh, tries to go onto Sumail. Latches onto him. Leaps to the high ground. Gets a little scared and runs away. Now Sumail being focused, pursued. Not brought down yet. Swindle gets the job done. They've brought down 2, but in the meanwhile, Universe was diving the base. They've killed 3 on the side of Complexity for EG, and that Queen of Pain. No dieback for her. She dies again. That's a dieback.
Yeah.
Swindle makes the long journey all the way around the world. Ziz gonna TP home, but by the time they get back to Coda, there won't be much to call home. Here comes Fear. And he'll bang away on this melee Rex. He will take it.
EG do want to end this. Sumail bought back even. Now he's back into the base. That Rax could fall. They could go to the bottom and finish it out. Nope, never mind. It been done for them. So both sets of Racks down. Evil Genius is out pressed towards tier 4s. They're trying to force Complexity into submission at this point. Game number 1 of his best of 3. EG is continuing to show dominance here, like expected, but Complexity will give him a little bit of a run there from the early and mid game. But once Owie was able to get that Agni Sector, once he claimed the majority of the Ghost grabs, there was no stopping him here. It looks like there's going to be no stopping him now. Both tier 4s down, rejuvenated from the hand of God. There's a tombstone. That's cute. It's done now, though.
Now it's just cool.
Yeah, it's just easy money in the pocket of Evil Geniuses. It looks like they're going to be able to chop their way through game number 1. And there you have it. Evil Geniuses take the first win, and it looks like they're going to be moving on to match point for game 2.
Yeah, EG had a really good start to this game, and